Hey y'all, this is Butt King here, and I'm back to give you another story time. Now I'm gonna try to make these every week, once every week, so be on the lookout for story time each Sunday night. But now this story time is gonna be about the time I got stuck in an elevator, and that's my worst fear, that I was stuck in an elevator. It happened when we were on a trip. We were on a family trip, and we were at the hotel, and we were getting ready to go out, go out, drive around, maybe go to the mall or something. And then it seemed all so weird because my dad and my sister, and my niece, they all got down into the elevator. Me and my mom were coming about a minute later, and we got all the way down to the floor, but on the ground floor, it wouldn't level. It would go up and then down, up and then down, up and then down. It would not level, literally. So took us, a little bit to realize after about a few seconds that we were stuck in there because it would not level and it would not stay. So we were stuck in there and pushed the alarm button, but no one answered. So pushed it again, and still nobody answered. So what my mom did was that she literally just, kept the button ringing until someone answered, and then finally the manager answered, and then asked, if there was a problem, and then said, we were stuck in the elevator, me and my mom. But what I really did first was that I was calm, because if this was a elevator where you could see outside, the glasses on the outside where you could actually see things, that made it a little bit calmer. If it was an enclosed up one, where there's, where you're in a box, literally, an elevator box, well then, I would have freaked out more. But since this was one where you could see out the window, I was a little bit calmer. And I thought, I'll just call my sister, and then, we can let them know that we're stuck. And so we called, but since they were able to see from the hotel in the lobby, and you could see in the elevator, they could see we were stuck. So my sister answered. She's like, "We know you're stuck. We're doing something about it. We'll get you guys out of there as soon as we can." So it took maybe a few minutes to get us out, but we were out kind of just like, it was a little bit harder on my mom and everything. But I told her that, since it was a glass elevator, I was calm since I could see out the window. But in a closed up box, I would have been screaming, probably, banging on the door for someone to let me out. But also, getting stuck is one of my biggest fears. But it would be even scarier if I was all alone. This way, there were two advantages in this point. One, I was not alone. I had my mom with me. And number two, this was a glass elevator, not a closed up one. So that so that made me get less nervous since I could actually see out there. And then finally, when they did get us out, we were able to sit down. Manager, offered us some water. We asked, why it was not answered at first, and he explained that it's because, sometimes the kids will push he says kids push the elevator bell, you know, sometimes as a game, and sometimes they're just doing that as a game. And he thought maybe one of the kids were pushing it again, so that's why he did not bother to answer at first. It was not, that was why he didn't answer until my mom just kind of just, wouldn't take her finger off the button. And then after we're done, I'm just sitting in the lobby, you know. He asked if I'm okay, if my mom's okay. Told him, yeah, I think my mom was a little bit shook up, but I was okay. And this was way back and this was not even recent. This was way back in 2004. And it kind of makes you wonder if the elevators are kind of, working at one point, because there was another elevator where the manager called for this guy to, come to the front, and then the employee that was working there said to the manager, he's like, I can't come. I'm stuck in the elevator. And it was not the same elevator. It was another elevator that he was stuck in. So I said that this was, and we still had another night there. We just kind of made sure that we were all together, so that wouldn't happen. I even remember the next morning at breakfast when we were down there, and we were talking, and then there were people that was coming upstairs or coming up in the elevator with us, told them how we got stuck. And I remember there was a couple people got out on the first on a floor, then we got off on the other floor, and there was one guy alone in there, and we're just like, well, good luck. So yeah, after that, never really had any problems with an elevator. But how did we solve that problem? Well, the next time we went to that hotel, we just decided to get a room on the first floor. That way we wouldn't have to deal with any elevators, and we wouldn't have to relive the scary part about, trying to go up there to get back to our room or just to get down to the lobby. So it really helped that we were on the ground floor the next time we came, and said that after that, we never just proof that we went back there. Yeah, we've gone back to that hotel many times. I mean, that is probably our favorite. It's probably our favorite place where we go to stay when we go to Memphis. Yeah, because this was in Memphis back in 2004. So yeah, that was to this day, it did not help that, we got stuck in an elevator, even though I was with my mom. It was, still, it was like one of my worst fears came true. But however, I was the one that remained most calm. My mom would even admit, she'll tell you, I was the most calm in that situation. And I told her it was because of the glass elevator. If it was closed up, I probably would have been banging on the door for help too, and would have gone crazy. But thanks to that elevator, it kept my sanity with me. Anyway, that is the story about the time that I got stuck in an elevator. My worst fear ever. And I'll just say, thank goodness it was a glass elevator where you could see out the window. If it was in a box and scary. If it was in like one of those closed up elevators, I would have, that would have made it worse. So this was a glass elevator, and good thing it was. Kept my sanity in there. Kept me sane. But yeah, that's the story about the time that I got stuck in an elevator. My worst fear ever. I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please give it a like. Thumbs this up. Click like and subscribe. And I will be back next week with another story time. So Stay tuned for that. Until then, hope to see you guys in my lives and in my next premiere. Good night, everyone.